Imagine this. It is a regular Tuesday evening. You are sitting at home scrolling through your phone, nothing unusual, but then you open your banking app and something feels off. Your salary came in just 10 days ago. You did not book a holiday. You did not buy anything expensive. You did not do anything you would call reckless. Just the usual stuff. Groceries, rent, a couple of takeaways, maybe a new pair of shoes that were on sale, normal things. And yet, when you look at that number on your screen, it is already looking uncomfortable. You close the app, tell yourself it is fine. And then that quiet voice in your head says the same thing it always says. I just need to earn more. Here is the thing though, you have said that before. Maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and since then, your income actually has gone up. Maybe a little, maybe a lot, but somehow, the feeling is exactly the same. Same anxiety at the end of the month, same question of where it all went, same promise to yourself that next month will be different. What if I told you that this pattern has almost nothing to do with how much you earn? What if the real problem is something much more invisible, something so deeply wired into human psychology that even the highest earners in the world fall for it? This is the money mistake that keeps 90% of people financially stuck for their entire lives. And the scariest part is not that people make this mistake, the scariest part is that it feels completely natural when you are doing it. Problem set up. Let us start with something almost everyone believes. The idea is simple. More money equals more freedom. More money equals less stress. More money equals a better life. It sounds completely logical, right? If you are struggling financially, the obvious solution is to earn more. Get a better job, ask for a raise, work harder, hustle more, and once the money comes in, everything sorts itself out. Most people spend years chasing this idea, working toward the next salary level, waiting for the moment when money stops being a source of stress. But here is what actually happens in real life. There are people earning $30,000 a year who are completely broke, and there are people earning $300,000 a year who are also completely broke. Different lifestyles, different addresses, different wardrobes, but the same empty feeling at the end of the month, same low bank balance, same cycle of earning and spending that never seems to end. How is that possible? How can someone earning 10 times more still feel financially stuck? That question bothered economists and psychologists for decades, and the answer they found is not about numbers at all. It is about something much more human. It is about a pattern so automatic, so quiet, so invisible, that most people never even notice it is happening. It is called lifestyle inflation, and once you understand it, you will never look at money the same way again. Core explanation. Let me tell you a story. His name is Arjun. Arjun just landed his first real job after university. The salary is not huge, but it is enough. He rents a small apartment, nothing fancy. He cooks most of his meals at home. He takes the bus to work. On weekends, he meets friends for inexpensive dinners and the occasional movie. Life is simple, not glamorous, but manageable. And honestly, he does not feel like he is missing much. Then one day, something great happens. Arjun gets a raise, a proper one. His monthly income jumps by a meaningful amount. And for the first time in a while, he feels genuinely excited about money. He thinks to himself, finally, some breathing room. And for a few weeks, it really does feel different. He has money left over after paying his bills. He feels relaxed in a way he has not felt before, but then slowly, almost without noticing, things start to shift. His apartment starts to feel a little small. He finds a nicer one, slightly more expensive, but worth it, right? He starts ordering food delivery a few times a week instead of cooking. It is more convenient. His old phone is getting slow. There is a newer model out. He deserves it after working this hard. He adds a gym membership, a streaming subscription, a few extra things here and there. None of these decisions feel big in the moment. Each one feels small. Each one feels justified. I work hard. I deserve to enjoy my money. It is not that expensive. I can afford it now. Fast forward a year. Arjun gets another raise. And guess what happens? The exact same thing. A nicer apartment, a few more upgrades, a slightly more expensive version of everything. And now, despite earning significantly more than he did 2 years ago, Arjun still feels like he is barely staying ahead, still watching the bank account nervously at the end of every month, still telling himself that the next raise will finally fix things. This is lifestyle inflation, and Arjun is not unusual. Arjun is most people, the hidden pattern. So what exactly is lifestyle inflation? It is this. As your income rises, your spending quietly rises to match it. Not dramatically, not all at once, but gradually, consistently, and almost automatically. A small upgrade here, a slightly better version of something there. And before you know it, your expenses have expanded to consume every extra rupee or dollar you earn. Now, here is what makes this so fascinating from a psychological perspective. This is not a flaw in people's character. It is not laziness or greed or poor discipline. It is actually a deeply human response. Psychologists have a name for it. They call it hedonic adaptation. It means this: humans are remarkably good at getting used to things. When something new comes into your life, it feels exciting. A new phone, a new home, a new car. For a short time, it genuinely improves your mood and your sense of well-being. But then, it becomes normal. The excitement fades, the upgrade that once felt special just becomes the baseline. And once something becomes your baseline, you stop appreciating it, and you start wanting the next level. The phone that changed your life last year is now just your regular phone. The apartment that felt luxurious when you first moved in is now just where you live. The coffee you started treating yourself to is now just part of your daily routine. And so the bar keeps moving, higher and higher, without you ever consciously deciding to raise it. This is the engine behind lifestyle inflation, not bad decisions, just human psychology quietly running in the background. The bucket analogy. Let me give you a simple way to picture this. Imagine your income is a bucket, and your expenses are water. When you get a raise, your bucket gets bigger. Sounds great, right? But here is what actually happens. Most people do not save the extra space in the bucket. Instead, they just pour more water into it until it is full again. Different size bucket, same result, full to the brim. No room to grow, no overflow going towards savings or investments. Just a bigger container that gets filled just as quickly as the smaller one. That is why income level alone does not determine financial health. The question is never really how big is your bucket. The question is how much space are you choosing to protect inside it. The identity trap. Now here is where it gets even deeper, because lifestyle inflation is not just about money. At its core, it is about identity. When people spend money, they are rarely just buying things. They are buying a version of who they are, or who they want to be. Think about what a salary increase actually signals. It is not just more money in an account. It feels like status, like progress, like success. And with that feeling comes a new set of expectations. The idea that you should now live in a certain kind of neighborhood, that you should wear a certain kind of clothes, that you should drive a certain kind of car, not because anyone is forcing you, but because somewhere quietly you have absorbed the idea that your lifestyle should reflect your income level. And then there is the social layer on top of that. You see colleagues upgrading their homes, friends posting about holidays and restaurants, social media showing you an endless stream of people living at the next level. And without realizing it, you start measuring your own life against all of this. Not consciously, but subtly. You start to feel that staying at the same lifestyle level while your income grows feels wrong somehow. Like you are not giving yourself what you deserve. Like you are falling behind. And so you upgrade. Not because you need to, but because not upgrading starts to feel uncomfortable. This is the identity trap. And it is the reason why lifestyle inflation is so hard to resist. Because it is not just a financial decision. It feels like a statement about who you are. The illusion of progress. Here is the part that most people never stop to examine. Lifestyle inflation creates the powerful illusion of progress. Your life looks better from the outside. Nicer home, better car, more comfortable routine. Anyone looking at your life would say you are doing well, and you feel like you are moving forward. But financially, you are standing still, or worse, moving backwards. Because while your income has gone up, your savings rate has stayed the same. Your investments have not grown. Your actual wealth has barely moved. And this is the most important distinction that most people never make. Income is not wealth. These two things are completely different, and confusing them is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make in your financial life. Income is what flows into your life. Wealth is what stays. You can earn an enormous amount and spend every single penny of it, and at the end of your career, have very little to show for it. Or you can earn a modest amount, spend less than you earn, and quietly build something that lasts. The people who build real financial freedom are almost never the highest earners in the room. They are the people who stopped confusing how much they earn with how much they keep. Flipping the story, let us go back to Arjun. Same person, same career, same raises. But this time he makes one small different decision. When his first raise comes in, before he does anything else, he asks himself a different question. Instead of asking, what can I upgrade now? He asks, how much of this can I keep? He decides to protect a portion of every raise before his lifestyle has a chance to expand around it. He still improves his life. He is not living like a monk. He gets a slightly nicer apartment. He treats himself occasionally. He enjoys the extra money, but he does not let his entire lifestyle expand to consume the raise. He puts a meaningful chunk of that extra income into savings. He starts investing even small amounts consistently. He builds the habit before the amounts get large. And here is what happens. A year later, when the next raise arrives, the habit is already in place. The decision does not even feel hard anymore, because he has already separated his lifestyle from his income in his own mind. He has stopped thinking of every increase in earnings as permission to spend more, and he has started thinking of it as an opportunity to build more. This one shift changes everything, not immediately, but over years and decades, the difference becomes extraordinary. Spenders versus builders. This is where the real divide in financial outcomes happens, not between high earners and low earners, not between lucky and unlucky people, but between what I would call spenders and builders. Spenders do what feels natural. Every time income increases, lifestyle increases with it. Every raise becomes a new baseline. Every bonus becomes an upgrade. And the cycle continues. Earn more, spend more, feel the same. Builders do something different. Every time income increases, they protect a portion of it before lifestyle has a chance to absorb it. Every raise becomes an opportunity to invest more. Every bonus becomes fuel for financial growth. And over time, the gap between these two groups becomes enormous. Not because of luck, not because of talent, but simply because of what they chose to do when their income changed. Money that is spent is gone, but money that is invested starts working. It earns returns. Those returns earn returns. And the whole thing compounds over time into something far larger than any single raise or bonus ever could. The compounding effect. Let me make this concrete with a simple example. Imagine two friends, same age, same starting salary, both getting similar raises over the years. Friend A does what feels natural. Every time their income increases, their lifestyle matches it. Nice apartment, regular upgrades, comfortable life. At the end of each month, very little is left over. Friend B makes a different choice. Every time their income increases, they protect a portion before lifestyle can claim it. They invest that portion consistently. Nothing dramatic, just a steady, automatic habit. 10 years later, from the outside, their lives look fairly similar. Friend A has a comfortable life. Friend B has a comfortable life and a growing investment portfolio. 20 years later, the difference is staggering. Not because friend B earned more, not because they were smarter or luckier, but simply because they used money differently at each stage. They let compound growth do work that no single income increase ever could. And this is the quiet secret that most people never discover, because they are too busy upgrading their lifestyle to notice the alternative. The deeper truth. Here is what almost nobody tells you. Money problems are almost never really about math. They are about behavior. They are about the automatic, largely unconscious patterns you run every time your financial situation changes. Most people tell themselves a story. I will start saving properly when I earn more. I will start investing when the timing is better. I will get serious about money once things settle down. But here is the uncomfortable reality. When income increases, behavior does not automatically change. In fact, income tends to amplify existing behavior. If you have a habit of spending everything available to you when you earn a modest salary, earning more will not cure that habit. It will just give the habit more to work with. More income in the hands of someone with spending habits just means more spending. The same way more water poured into a leaky bucket does not fill the bucket. It just leaks faster. But the reverse is also true. And this is the hopeful part. If you build intentional habits with modest amounts of money, those habits become extraordinary when the amounts get larger. The person who learns to consistently save 20% of a small salary does not suddenly forget how to do that when their salary doubles. They save 20% of a bigger number, and that changes everything. Financial freedom is not a destination you reach by earning enough. It is a set of habits you build before you have enough. Practical takeaway. So what can you actually do with all of this? It starts with one simple reframe. The next time your income increases, do not ask yourself what you can now afford. Ask yourself what you want to keep, because those are very different questions. One leads to lifestyle expansion, the other leads to wealth building. A practical approach that many people find useful is the raise split. When your income goes up, consciously decide how to divide the increase. One portion goes toward genuinely improving your life. One portion goes directly into savings, one portion goes toward investing. This way, you are not denying yourself the benefit of earning more. But you are also not letting all of it disappear into lifestyle before it can do any real work. Another habit worth building is automation, because the most reliable way to protect money from lifestyle inflation is to make sure it moves somewhere useful before you ever see it. Set up automatic transfers to savings or investment accounts on payday. Treat them like bills you have to pay, not as optional things you do with whatever is left over at the end of the month, because there is almost always less left over at the end of the month than you expect. And finally, one of the most powerful things you can do is simply define what enough looks like for you, because lifestyle inflation has no natural ceiling. There is always a nicer apartment somewhere, always a better car, always a newer version of something you already own. Without a clear sense of what is enough for you, the bar keeps moving forever. But when you decide intentionally what your ideal life actually looks like, and what level of lifestyle genuinely makes you happy without requiring constant upgrading, you take back control, you stop chasing a number that never stays still, and you start building towards something real. Ending. At the end of the day, this is not really about money. It is about the relationship between what you earn and what you keep. Most people lose not in one dramatic financial mistake, they lose quietly, in small upgrades that feel harmless, in automatic spending that expands to fill every raise, in years of earning more and somehow never getting ahead. The 90% who make this mistake are not careless people. They are not bad with money, they are just running a pattern that nobody ever showed them how to interrupt. But once you see it, everything changes. Because now you have a choice that most people never realize they have. The choice between upgrading your lifestyle and upgrading your future. Every time your income changes, that question is waiting for you. Will this make me richer, or will it just make me look richer? The people who answer that question deliberately, consistently, and honestly are the ones who quietly build real wealth. Not because they earned more than everyone else, but because they kept more than everyone else. And that gap is available to anyone, including you.